Well, I'm glad to be here in the Women Economical Forum. For the first time I attended the meeting. I came with my wife, Professor Rafa. She is the founder of the Human Foundation, and she is very much interested in women in development and empowering women for the new era of a change which is overwhelmingly sweeping the whole world. In particular, I have been participating in different sessions in the meeting, about 3 sessions. I talked today about women in sustainable development, and especially in the rural areas, and women probably in the activities of agriculture. They form about 70% in the developing countries, and therefore they need a proper legislation as well as credit, as well as policies and programs. And therefore we can translate this word of equality of women with men, which is one of the goals of the Sustainable Development until 2030, which was announced, like UN Women has issued a report that without having this equality, we cannot really move fast on the sustainable development, and especially in agriculture, because of the climate change which is happening, as well as the changes in the financial crisis and so on, will displace a lot of communities in the rural areas, and we need to find not only safety net, we need to empower the women who are working on the rural areas and in the field of agriculture with knowledge. There is a lot of new knowledge in water management, new knowledge in agro-management techniques. There is a concept of feminization of agriculture in certain parts of Africa, and this is very important to be looked at. Again, legislation is very important, availability of credit important, as well as a framework of policies. I'm very glad to be here in India. I've been in India more than 32 times in the last 40 years. I am acquainted with the system here. India and Egypt as two old civilizations. We really look at each other and in development and cooperation through the years, where moderation should be there, and we need to act in the future with responsibility with countries like India to sketch up a better future for humanity, away from indulgence of being self-centered. We need to work together to have a better world and the woman has to have a very major role in this new world. In the heart of all what I said, and it's part of the Sustainable Development Goal, is education, and especially girl education is very important, because without emphasis on girl education, we cannot make a breakthrough. And now we see there is a revolution in science, there is a revolution on information and communication technology, there is nanotechnology, there is genomics, there is gene editing. It's a lot of avenues of new science in biology which will reflect on agriculture, which will reflect on how farmers could handle, how we can have enough food for this planet Earth. So we are heading for 9 billion population by year 2040, and we need to be prepared. And without managing our God-given natural resources like water, biodiversity, and land, without proper management of this, we will face shortage in food, and as well as safe food. And therefore, implementing the outcome of the new science in the process of agricultural development is very important. The role of women, as I said, 70% in the developing countries, women are the farmers. They are in the process of production as well as in marketing. And we would like to empower them, and therefore knowledge has to be given to them. The emphasis on girl education will allow them to absorb this innovations coming from new science to be implemented for a new day in agriculture, and we need to move forward to conserve our planet for the sake of peace and prosperity for all. Thank you.